welcome to addition and subtraction of integers. You are already familiar with the number line. The addition and subtraction of integers could be any of the following three. 1. The addition and subtraction of a positive integer from an integer. Take for instance, if you have 3 plus 4. In this case, you are adding a positive integer to this number. And also, if you have 3 minus 4. In this case, you are also subtracting a positive integer from this number. That is the first category. The second category is addition and subtraction of a negative integer from an integer. In this case, if you have 3 plus negative 4. Here, you are adding a negative integer to this number. And also, when you have 3 minus 4, here you are subtracting a negative integer from this number. Then the third one is the addition and subtraction of 0 to an integer. In this case, if you have 3 plus 0 or 3 minus 0. So here you are adding 0 to this integer, and here you are subtracting 0 from this integer. Mind you, 0 can neither be positive nor negative. It is always neutral because it is the separator between the positive and negative integers. This one is the first category. So, first category. So this one will be the second category, and this one will be the third category. So let's look into some examples using number line. Here, we want to do 3 plus 4 using number line. So there's one thing you need to understand when you are using a number line. If you have positive 2, it means you have to count 2, you have to take 2 steps to what? To the right hand side. But if you have minus 2, then you take 2 steps to where? To the left hand side. Okay, so the starting point is always 0. Okay, so if you have positive 2 now, that means you start from 0, you count 2 steps to the right. If you have minus 2 here, okay, you start from 0 and you count 2 steps to the what? To the left. So that's how you make use of a number line for addition and subtraction of integers respectively. So let's do this. We have 3 here, which is positive 3. That means I will go towards the right hand side 3 times, starting from 0. So I have 1, 2, and 3. So my current position is 3. Okay. So the next one is what? Is positive 4. I have positive 4 here. Okay. So positive 4 means I have to what? Go towards to the right hand side 4 times. Okay, so since they are going towards the same direction, I'll continue from where I stop. So it will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is my final destination, and the answer is what? Is 7. So the answer to this one here is 7. Okay, so let's look into another one. That's number 2. Okay, so let's look into another one. That's number 2 here. Okay, so we want to do minus 3 plus 4. Okay, minus 3 plus 4. What will be the answer? So very simple. Just have to start. So very simple. We just have to start from what? From negative 3. Okay, so we want to start with negative 3. So for my 0 origin, I'll go to the left hand side 3 times because of minus 3 here. So let's go 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. So I'm currently here now. This is my current position. Then the next one is positive 4. Okay, so what do I need to do here? I have to go to the right hand side 4 times from my current position, which is minus 3. So let's go back 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that means my final destination is what? Is 1. So that means the answer to this question is positive 1. So let's look into another one. That's number 3. So we want to do 3 minus 2. Okay, so let's start with 3. So from the origin, let's count 3 to the right hand side because of positive 3. 1, 2, and 3. This is my present position. This is my current position. Now I need to count minus 2. Okay, so that's negative 2. Okay, so I have to count backward. That's the direction for my current position. So I have to go like this: 1 and 2. So that means this is my final destination as I'm here. Okay, so that means the answer to this is 1. Let's look into another one. That's the 4th one. We have minus 3 minus 2. Okay, in this case, we'll start with negative 3. So from 0, let's go to the left hand side 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. I'm currently here. Then negative 2. Okay, it means I have to continue the same direction from my current position. 1 and 2. Okay, so this is my final destination. So that means the answer to this question, minus 3 minus 2 is equals to minus 5. That's interesting. Let's look into another one. That's the 5th one. You have 3 minus 2. That's interesting. 3 minus 2. So this is our first number here. That's positive 3. And this is the second number here. That is what? That is negative 2. Okay. So we want to look into the difference between the two now. That is the meaning. Okay. This is the first number. And this is the second number. I want to see the what? The difference. That is the interpretation. Okay. That is the interpretation of that question. I want to see the difference between the two integers. So let's start with 3. So from 0, that's positive 3. We go to the right hand side 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. I'm here. Okay. So the second number is what? Is negative 2. Since we want to see the difference between the two, so I have to start from the origin. Okay. Why am I starting from the origin? Is because I want to see the difference between the two. So otherwise, I will have started from my present position and go backward 2 times. Okay, but I won't do that because I want to get the difference. It's like the gap between the two. So that is why I have to start negative 2 from the origin and go towards the negative side. So here I have 1 and 2. So now, so that means I have negative 2 here. I have positive 3 here now. So what will be the gap between them? So I have to count from here to this place now. So let's see, let's count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the gap between them is 5, and that is the answer. So what we want to get in this type of question is the distance between them. That means from this place, okay, to this place. So that is the gap, and the answer is 5. Let's look into another example. So that will be number 6. Okay, so that will be number 6. You have minus 3 minus 3 minus 2. Okay, so we have two numbers here. This is the first one. Okay, this is the first number, and then this is the second number, and you want to get the gap between them. That is the difference. So what is the difference between the two numbers? So that is what we want to do now. So let's start with negative 3 first. So from 0, let's go to negative 3. So we are going to the left hand side 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So since we want to get the difference, okay, I will not continue from my current position. So I have to start from 0 again for negative 2. So that means I'm currently here for negative 3. So let me take another position. I can indicate it up here. I'm currently here. So minus 3 is up here. So now let me do for the second one, which is minus 2. Okay, I have to start from the origin. Okay, so they are both negative numbers. So let's start from the origin again and count 2. So here you have 1 and 2. You can see it didn't meet up with it. So that means this one minus 2, okay, minus 2 is here. So you can see that now, what is the gap between them now? So for minus 2, it remains 1 to come here. Look at that direction. It is what? It is towards the left hand side. Okay, so it will be minus 1 because you have to take a step from minus 2 to get to minus 3. Okay, and to go, you have to move forward like this once, and that direction is what? Is for negative numbers. Okay, so it is minus 1. So the answer here is minus 1. Let's look into another one. That's number 7. Okay, so you have minus 3 minus 7. So here you have two numbers. This one here, this is the first number, and this is the second integer here. Okay, this is the second integer. So we want to get the difference in their in the two, that is the gap between them. That is what we want to get. So this one means gap, that is the difference. Okay, so let's start with the first one, that's minus 3. From 0, let's go to minus 3. That's we have to take 3 steps: 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so the first one is here, that is minus 3 is here. Okay, now from 0 again, let's count minus 7. Okay, so let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so you can see that it is more than the previous one. So minus 7 is here. So okay, so we have to go back. So let's see how many steps we will take from minus 7 to always come to the first number. Okay, so we need to come to the first number. So from minus 7 now, so you see if you count, so let me count here. You see you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so you can see, look at it, I counted backward. Okay, and that is what? Plus 4. Okay, so that means minus 3 minus 7 is equals to positive 4. So when you count the first number, when you indicate the first number on the number line, then try to indicate the second one. Then always count the second one back to the first one. So if it is forward like this, then it will be positive. The difference will be positive. And if it is backward like this, then the difference or the gap between them will be negative. So let's look into one more example, and that will be the end of this video. So number 8, we want to have minus 6 minus 4. So this is the first number. This is the first number. This is the second number. We want to look at the difference between them, that is the gap between them. So let's start with the first one, minus 6. So from 0, let's go to minus 6. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we are currently here. This is minus 6 here. Okay, then from 0 again, let's go to, so don't forget, this is our first number here. The second one is negative 4. From 0, let's go to negative 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? So this will be the second one, that is negative 4. So don't forget, this is the first number and this is the second number. Okay, so the second number has to go to the what? To the first number. So let's count from the second number to go and meet the first number. So since we want to get the difference, okay, so let's see from here. That means I'm moving from here. I want to move from this place to this place. Okay, that's what I want to do. That will give me my difference. Obviously, it's going to be negative. Why? because of this direction. That means I'm moving backward like this, and that will be negative. So let's go to -4 and let's count. We have 1 and 2. So that is -2. Okay, so that means -6 minus -4 is going to be -2. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Kindly scroll to the description section below this video. I put a link there where you can access a quiz on integers. I want you to test yourself your better understanding of integers in all what you have done so far.